November 16th, 2024. You know that feeling you get when you're running and you don't get enough oxygen to your side and your side starts to hurt? That's what I went to bed with on November 15th, 2024, thinking, it'll be gone in the morning. But when I woke up the morning of Saturday, November 16th, 2024, the pain was still there. It was small at first, so I ignored it. I thought, you know what, it'll just pass. But as the day went on, the pain got worse. Now, originally, I thought, well, maybe it's just a kidney stone. I had a kidney stone before, and this felt different, but I thought, you know what? Maybe the second time having a kidney stone is supposed to feel different. So I thought I'll just wait till it passes. But it never passed. By that evening, 6 or 7 o'clock in the evening, the pain was so crippling that I couldn't stand to do the simplest tasks, like empty the dishwasher. I physically could not stand up just to empty the dishwasher. That's when I knew something was wrong. So, by some twist of luck, I was able to take Blue outside, let him do his business, walk around a little bit. And then I came back into the apartment and put him away and drove myself to the nearest emergency room, which happens to be Syracuse Emergency Room, and obviously not Syracuse, New York. There is a Syracuse in Utah. So, I drove myself to this standalone emergency room, which is part of the Ogden Regional Medical Center, which in and of itself is part of some larger medical conglomerate, Morningstar or something like that. On the way to the emergency room, I called my buddy Alex, who happened to be up in Logan. Now, I know a lot of you won't know where that is. Logan is about an hour north of Clearfield. You can look up Logan, Utah on a map. You'll find it. It's in the northern part of Utah, obviously more north than Salt Lake City. Anyway, I called him. I said, hey man, I have to go to the hospital. I don't know how long I'm going to be here. Can you swing by and pick up my spare key? I have a spare key on me, and check in on my dog. I don't know how long I'm going to be here. I want to make sure that he's taken care of. Alex said, sure, no problem. So I go to the hospital. I'm at the hospital. I get checked in, all the standard procedures, right? Give us your name, your insurance. We're going to do some vitals, and then we're going to give you a CAT scan. So by the time Alex and his wife Liz had arrived, I had already had my CAT scan, and we were just awaiting the results. Like I said, this was a standalone emergency room, so they apparently are limited in what they can do. They took a CAT scan, they sent it over to their main hospital, and we're waiting for a doctor to review it and tell us what was going on. The C word was the last thing on my mind. I'm thinking, you know, it'll be a kidney stone or something that I can pass, and it won't be that big of a deal. So, fast forward maybe an hour and a half later, Alex and his wife Liz had arrived at the hospital. I'm in a gown with my butt hanging out, and we're all just hanging about, killing the time. They're trying to ease the tension in the air, lighten the mood, if you will. So Alex and his wife Liz were with me in the hospital when I was laid up in a bed, waiting for the doctor to return with the results. And sure enough, he did, at some point, return with the results. Again, not expecting cancer. So you can imagine my surprise when the doctor says, "Do you mind if I disclose the results of your test with your friends here?" I said, "Not a problem. I'm probably going to tell them anyway, so go ahead." The second he said you had cancer, everything else stopped. Everything around me, he kept talking, everything around me sounded like those are old Charlie Brown cartoons where the teacher is trying to talk to Charlie Brown. Wah, 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 wah. That. Everything else fell away. Every noise that I was hearing sounded like a blur. And I guess that was shock. It took me a while to process it. But in that moment, nothing else mattered. I didn't care about anything else. I felt scared, desolate, alone, even though I was surrounded by friends, uncertain. If there's one thing, one piece of advice that I can offer you from this chapter, as it were, it would be this. Get yourself checked out. Now, yesterday I told you that on October 27th, I was up in Seattle when the first signs of this started to make themselves present. And I had no idea what it was. Had I ignored those signs because they went away after that particular weekend, and those signs didn't make themselves present again until sometime in December. Had I ignored the warning signs or the warning sign from November 15th and 16th, because those also went away after the weekend, I did not feel a pain like that again after November 16th. Not until a month later, December. Had I ignored those signs, I don't know where I'd be today, to be honest. We might assume that I would have gotten checked out. I didn't even know Huntsman, the cancer hospital. We have a cancer hospital here in Utah. It's called Huntsman. It's part of the University of Utah. I didn't even know it existed until I got my cancer diagnosis. So I thank God that we had a cancer hospital here, as opposed to having to go to the nearest one, because outside of Huntsman, I don't know where the nearest cancer hospital may be. Phoenix? Denver? Somewhere in California? No thanks. I now advocate strongly for this. Get yourself checked out, whether you're experiencing some unknown pain or not. I know we have ways of checking for cancer, right? Look in various spots on your bodies for lumps and things of that nature. And it may make itself present, but not always. My cancer did not make itself present until I started getting a pain in the side, and by the time I got admitted to the cancer hospital in mid-December, I was literally near death. I couldn't stand, I couldn't walk, I couldn't breathe. And we'll get to that chapter in a little bit, but I can't hammer this home enough. I know not everybody has insurance or has the medical means to get yourself checked out, but if you do it. And not just a simple checkup. Get a thorough checkup. Because cancer, like other diseases, may not make itself prevalent right away or in the ways that you would expect. push for a CAT scan at least once a year. That would be my advice to you. Get yourself a full body checkup at least once a year. That includes medical imaging, PET scan, CAT scan, MRI. Shoot, even an x-ray might pick up on some of these things. Worry less about the cost. I know it'll be expensive. I know it'll be a hit on your insurance. It might help you meet your deductible. It did for me. But what's more important is you're safe and healthy. Your safety and health, rather. So again, can't emphasize this enough. Get yourself checked out, especially if you're experiencing some type of symptom that you've never experienced before. Because for me, my cancer was not made known through physical ailments. No lumps. I had lymphoma. It's a blood cancer. Hence the pain in my side. I don't know how it all works, but the doctors say blood cancer, right? Gonna make itself present in various other ways. Gonna make itself known in ways that aren't necessarily physical, unless it's pain. So you may not see it on the outside of your body. That was November 16th, 2024. That's a date I won't ever forget. Get yourself checked out. Next chapter's coming up soon. It only gets more emotionally draining from here. But with that being said, I hope you guys all have a great weekend. I hope you all stay safe and healthy. And appreciate the people you have around you, your loved ones. Don't be too prideful to let them know how you feel about them. We'll discuss support groups at some later chapter, because that's also important. But for now, chapter 1, November 16th, 2024, that's the story. Keep yourself healthy. Get yourself checked out. Love you all. Have a great weekend.